Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and another episode of Blue Monday. Yes, I'm so excited. It's another episode of Blue Monday. We have kind of a fun mix-up of a Sawtooth Star and a Churned dash block, so we're calling it Churned Sawtooth Star. Trying to say that like 4 times fast. And we're just going to show you how to do 4 flying geese at a time, and you know, it's so much fun, right? So it's a really quick, fast one to do. Now I have been working on my blue scraps, and we're doing it by dark, mediums, and lights. You can pick whatever color you want, but I am overrun by blues, so it's one of those things where we have to get that blue bin down enough so I can at least put it away. So that's what we're doing here. Now, before we get started on any of this, let's get to our shout out. Tansin and the Orchid Craft Room is a new channel I just found in September, and I thought, oh my, like this is perfect. Let's put her out, give her a shout out now, and you guys can go check her out. If you like what you see there, please hit her subscribe button. I'm sure she would appreciate it. She doesn't know the shout out is coming. She doesn't know, but it would be fun if we could do this for her. Now, what else is going on? Oh, you're going to find her YouTube link and all the cutting instructions in the show notes below, so make sure you get into those show notes. Also, the Chaos Sew Along we're filming this in September. So the Chaos Sew Along is going to start soon, and those are going to be a lot of larger size, great for scrap busting. You can put any color at it you want, and the subunits are going to be 4.5 inches square unfinished and 4.5 by 8.5 unfinished. So they're larger pieces, but it would be, you can put whatever you want. So get your scraps all ready to go for this, and as soon as we start sewing it, we'll be announcing it on the air as to when it starts, but right now it's going to be in the show notes when we start this. Also, we have a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is growing rapidly. We're having so much fun over there. We do all the normal things that Facebook groups do, like, you know, show pictures and do, you know, take polls and all the rest of the stuff. But we're doing fabric swaps by country. We're doing recipe exchanges. We have a community chat just dedicated to where to find free patterns. We also have now Saturday snippets with little, you know, ideas that people share, you know, their little cheats and their things that work for them. That's in there now too, and recipes, and we have a virtual sewing room in Discord for the Facebook members. So, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the ladies are having so much fun in there. The members are having so much fun in there, and you never know who you're going to meet or what country they're from. So it's been a lot of fun for the members. Also, we have the Zoom sew dates from now until the end of December. And I haven't looked at a 2025 calendar yet, but we will make that commitment to you that we will continue that for 2025. I have a lot of fun, and I get to talk to all of the subscribers that are watching. And it's just, we try and make time to talk with everybody, find out what you're working on, what's inspiring you. And if you come and you don't feel like sewing that day and you want to bring your cross stitch, bring it. It's fine. It's a great place to hang out. Also, share, like, and subscribe with your friends and quilting groups and guilds and whatnot. Please share with them, because that is really going to help us out on getting the word out that there's lots of free patterns available for those people to use up their scraps with. Also, lastly, I speak for free. I speak for free over Zoom and do a PowerPoint presentation, and I do it for quilting groups and quilting guilds, and I talk about elements of design, making charity quilts, and making quilts with scraps. So if this is what your guild or group is looking for, please put my name forward. I'd be happy to accommodate them in my calendar and talk to them. I think that's it. Come on in. Let's get to the sewing of a Churned Sawtooth Star. Okay, we're here at the sewing machine, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, you know, I'm going to do this first. We're going to do this one first. And what we're doing is we're going to lay this out. Now I've got my lines already drawn on the back, right? So I'm just going to line these up, one on top of the other. And like I say, we're going to pin and pin. There we go. Just to make that easier for everybody. There we go. Now, oops. Okay. When I do this unit, I like to use a different foot. It gives me a little more visibility, just a hair more, and that's important because you got to be on that line to make that, you know, that perfect flying geese, right? So it's like, okay, so here we go. We're gonna do this. Okay, so you want to be just kissing the line just on this this side of it, just, you know, like just touching it but not really going over it. And okay, and now we're at the end. Okay, and now we go down and we do there we go. There. Okay, so I'm just going to run through a triangle. Now I have cut these with my easy angle ruler, but I would assume that you guys would have the, I'm making the assumption that you guys don't have it. So, and come on. Oh, what's wrong with this thing here today? Okay, why is it doing that? Well, we're going to cut that off and just start over. There. Let me try this. Pulling all the thread out of these after they make a, you know, kind of a muddle. You just pull the thread out. You just keep pulling the thread out. And sometimes it muddles up so bad you can clip it. There we go. And we clipped it. And we only clip the thread, not the fabric. And now we can sew that piece together. Hopefully we should be able to sew that piece together without an issue. Okay, let's get this. There. Let's try this again. There we go. All right, so now this machine is working again. Okay, so we look at this and we clip right up the middle with the world's tiniest scissor because I forgot to get a bigger one. And we end up with some very strange looking thing when you're doing these 4-at-a-time flying geese, but it works. It does work. It does work. And there we go. Now, we're going to take this, and we're going to line this up with the corner here at the bottom. And we're going to just right on here. One of the things with batik, some people have problems figuring out which side is the good side. It's the one with the most prevalent marking, the sharpest marking. But if you can't tell, probably chances are nobody else can either. If you can't tell when it's up, jeez, can't even get this to right. Okay, hang on. We are experiencing technical difficulties with your mechanical pencil. Okay. So yeah, if you can't tell when it's like 2 inches away from your face, what side is the good side, neither can anybody else. So don't worry about, you know, which side is the good side. But there is a definite good side and a bad side because one side will appear sharper. And there, and we're just gonna put that under. I'll roll that one under just like so. And there. I'm gonna see if I can't do it this way. Oh, maybe that'll make it easier. If it's there. And you want to make sure that line goes right through the middle. There we go. I always like pencil to mark stuff with. It's It never, it washes out. So you never have like a bleed through. And some people say, oh, I just use my ink pen. It's like, okay, that wouldn't work for me. Okay. That might work for them, but I would have problems with it. So now, there we go. I'm just going to push that one like so, and then whip this around. Make sure it goes up the other side. There. Get rid of this. And trim out that dog ear. And there. Just like that. I'm pressing to the dark. These larger triangles we're just pressing to the dark. And there we go. There. These are so good to make a lot of flying geese with. And I have the fabric to make larger flying geese. So that's, you know, that's kind of a big bonus for me, right? Okay. And flip it around. Okay. And grab another half square triangle. Here we go. And again, it did this. Well, we're not doing that. We're not going to play nice with this foot anymore. We don't want to play with it, so we're done. We're going to take it off and put the other foot on. It started to make a bunching thing, but I managed to pull it out before it knotted. So, and sometimes machines do that, right? I mean, they'll just take the tip of your half square triangle and it'll either suck down into the machine, which I try and eliminate that problem by having it with the one little hole. You know, that's always nice. I'm just going to run my plug through because now I'm kind of not trusting what it's going to do. There. Okay, let's get this. These all ran through. This foot I never have problems with. Okay, here. I found these little blue stars, and I was, ooh, they're so pretty. And let's see, here we go. And then I found the little sailor person, which was really cute. I just thought, oh my goodness, that's cute. That's a cute one. The little sailor person looks like that. There's a little man with a little sailor thing going on. I thought it was adorable. I thought, okay, and it's got stars. And the little sailor man's got lifesavers. Those, you know, for boats. And the swirling here kind of looks like water. But anyways, it's cute. It's cute fabric. Okay. I tend to cut my triangles when I'm cutting off my dog ears. I cut them at a sharper angle than 80 degrees or 90 degrees, right? So it's a little further in, and that's just to reduce bulk in the corner. That's all I'm doing that for. So let's get back to these flying geese. We're going to cut them just up through the middle, and we're going to clip off the dog ears. Right, because that's kind of important that they go. And here, and we got a dog ear here. And here, there we go. And get the other one. Here. And now we just finger press the whole works out back to what it needs to be. Here we go. get all of that little dog bed stuffing out of the way. Okay, so now we just have the cutest little flying geese ever. I just thought these were adorable. And this is going to be like the first real look you're going to get at this, right? So, now, a sawtooth star can go all sorts of different directions. Now, I could have done the dark on the outside and the pale here, and that would have been a true sawtooth star. This is all the elements of a sawtooth star, except I changed the color. That's a design element, or, you know, like element of design. You can change your color placement within your subunit, and you have this going on. And it doesn't look like a sawtooth star anymore, but it is. It's got the solids, the little flying geese units, and the four corners. And of course, now I've put this churn dash thing around it, so it gives it a really different look. So let's keep playing with this one, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to web the center together, because that's going to make it so much easier. And because we took our time in sewing, this is just going to pop together like nobody's business. It's all going to come together very quickly. Okay, there we go. And just like that, I'll get this off. I forgot where my leader enders are today. Oh well. It's okay. So we got everything pointing the right way. We're just taking the point and putting it towards the solid piece, right? So now we're going to take this and putting it here, like so. And yeah, I should have done a case study this year, or this coming year, on sawtooth stars, because I think sawtooth stars have a lot of possibilities. And it's a good way to practice all our, how to make those 4 at a time flying geese. And my thread just broke. What is with this today? Oh my goodness. No. It's the top thread. I wonder if my top thread isn't getting too old. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can play with top thread if it's getting old. And one of the ways is to soak it in mineral oil for about half an hour. Pat it dry, don't rub, pat. There's a big reason why you're patting, not rubbing. And let it sit overnight. And what happens is the mineral oil soaks into the cotton thread. You just submerge it into mineral oil, right? And then you'll see as the color of the thread changes, it's now no longer has mineral oil, and you throw it in for a bath again. Well, I tried that because I inherited a bunch of old, oh my gosh, old thread. And I didn't know quite what to do with it because there was so much of it. And it was love. And that's what I had to do with it all. And I burnt through it and it held up well. Basically, you're adding more moisture back into you're adding moisture back in, right? So that's going to be very helpful when you're sewing. And I'm beginning to wonder if this thread here isn't old. I mean, it's a good thread. I mean, there's no reason in the world it should be dried out yet, but if it is, that's one way of fixing it. Now, another way of doing it is to put it all in a Ziploc bag, all your old thread, and then another Ziploc bag with a sponge in it, but you leave that Ziploc bag open, and you don't add anything, you don't add anything to it. You don't let the sponge with the water on it to touch any of the thread, because you don't want the thread to start to mold or rot or anything like that, and it will discolor it in some cases. And what it does is adds just enough moisture to thread so that you can sew with it again. That's another way. The mineral oil one, by the way, I should mention, does not stain. Mineral oil doesn't, it just washes out. So that's why I like the mineral oil one. And it was cheap. You know, you just pick up a big bottle of it at the dollar store. I think I paid $2 for a big jug of it. And yeah, and it works perfectly. Another thing is to use sewing machine oil. Well, I did not know that either for years, but that worked. That works just as well. I'm going to flip that into the square because everything is pushing into that square now. Okay, so here we are. We have a little 6.5 inch unfinished square. So now we're back here. We're going to start, you know, webbing the larger block around, which is kind of cute. I think it's cute, you know, but anyway. And this is the light blue that I found in my scrap box, and I was, or that ended up in my scrap box. I was like, oh, okay, this one has to go. This one has to come in here. So yeah. Now here we go. I'm just going to sew like this, and here we get this in. And last part of the row. Okay. Webbing is going to be my favorite way of putting a block together, or a quilt. And it's just one of those things I really enjoy doing. Okay, so we're just going to take a quick look. Yes, it's all there. Okay, let's get the next one. This is kind of a light, the low volume kind of just gives this block a lot of air, like an airy look to it, because it's, you know, there's little spots of color, you know, with it, so that's kind of cool. Okay, and this all gets turned in. Okay, so this gets turned in. Here we go, just like that. Okay, and this gets turned in. Okay, we've just finished sewing the stuff the way we need it to go. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Oh, and okay, now you can also use sewing machine oil to help lubricate, just by putting a drop down the spool of the thread in, you know, 4 different places, like, you know, kind of, you know, one across from each other in 4 different places, and let that soak in. And sometimes that will help your thread go through your sewing machine. My just a minute here, I'm gonna get rid of this. My sewing machine is oiled every night, so I always have like sewing machine oil. It's never a problem. And this goes out like so, out like so, out like so, press to the dark. So anyways, that's the third way. So you've got water, mineral oil, sewing machine oil. They also have a lube product, a thread lubricant product. And I have never tried that one. If anybody has, you know, that would be great to know. That would be really good to know. Okay. I went through all the trouble of finger pressing that to the dark. And I go the other way. Here we go. Okay. Match that seam. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this one's coming together pretty quick, actually. And there. again with this. I press my seam, finger press my seams the same way. I gotta press them the other way now. That's okay. That happens. That happens to all of us. At some point, we decide, oh, we're just gonna finger press it this way, and then when we start sewing it, it's like, oh, I press them all the same direction. Ugh. And they're all going to make a lump. There we go. And there. Now, I'm just going to show you how I press this. Because now I've confused myself on how this should have went. Okay, so I'm just going to press this out this way and out this way. Out this way. Okay, so now this goes this way. This is how this all goes. Right? So we have this and this going this way. So your triangles, one is going in, the other one's going out. So basically, everything gets pressed in onto this little square, right? That first round. And then, of course, you know, like some has to go one way and the others have to go the other way. But all the points now are going to lie much flatter because they're being pressed in. Now, in the other one, of course, now we've pressed away from this inner square. So let's get to our ta-da moment. Let me give it a chance to get a good press on this, and let's see what we've got. Okay, so this is our Churned Sawtooth Star. Now, I've had to explain this to my husband a couple of times, but it's basically changing your colors or changing an element. Now, the churn part about this is there's no stripe. Usually there's a rails unit there. Well, I decided to remove that because I didn't want that there, so I'm okay. And with the Sawtooth Star, it's a square, little squares, and flying geese. Well, as soon as you change the color orientation on the flying geese, it no longer looks like a Sawtooth Star, but it is the silhouette of a Sawtooth Star, right? Even though it changed. But look what a cute little difference that all made. So I want you guys to think about this one here too, to do. And it does come together well. And the flying geese, as long as your cutting is good and your sewing is good, it comes out beautifully. So I do hope you give this one a try. This one was a lot of fun to come up with, and I hope the beginners try this one too. It's not hard. It really isn't hard. So, you guys, I hope you have an absolutely splendid week ahead, and life is treating you very grandly. Okay, you guys take care and stay well until we see each other again. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!